Tonight,
You're listening to the Doug Stanhope Podcast.
Happy New Year! That's right, you're listening to this on New Year's Day, or after.
The 3rd.
Yeah, the 3rd.
Second.
It goes out on the 3rd. It doesn't matter what day it is for us. Every day of our life is New Year's or Monday, however we feel deemed to name it. Yeah, it feels very Monday to me.
It's another day.
Last you heard, we were having a very Inman Christmas. And then we had a 6 a.m. flight the next day.
Oh, shit.
5 a.m. Arizona time. And I drank from 5 a.m. Arizona time on a plane until, I don't know, 11 or midnight. Mamu and Valenzuela. Bingo. It was a nice night. I thought someone dosed me with ecstasy. And in the morning, I had the booze shakes before I was awake. The booze shakes awoke me. Can't do those 16-hour days. Ichabod's with me. He's doing an intervention.
That was an ecstasy night. It was blissful. It was so much fun.
Is it? You
So
talking about
much
the
fun.
Inman?
I hope not.
actually,
I got lost.
Yeah,
I hope not.
I forgot to mention on the podcast with Inman. I don't know if I've mentioned it on our podcast. I mean, before Inman, pre-Inman, pre-Christmas Inman.
Before
great
this
magnetic
became
sign.
Edmund's podcast.
The magnetic sign that Wally Glenn sent me that is on the, we call it the airport shuttle, that dumb van I love. Oh, by the way, someone bought the Pacer. Thank you, guy who bought the Pacer.
Nice.
All right.
And someone bought the...
Oasis, the 63.
Is that the 30 Days in the Hole trailer?
That's the 30 days in the hole.
All right.
And I asked him, how did you find out about this podcast?
All right.
He
Nice.
actually read it in the show notes, and he saw the link, and that's how he found out about it. He goes, this is the one, right? I go, shit, I should have said it was the Nomad.
Don't you ever lie on my podcast.
Truth.
Nomad is still for sale.
We don't
and the
have
link's written.
entertainment value a lot of times, but we have some kind of integrity.
Yep.
or something for sale, says cheeky cunty Tracy. Yeah, at some point during that, we stayed at the airport because I knew I was not going to be driving when we landed from Kansas City. So we get the hotel, and then Christine Levine and Vuvuzuela, Bingo were there. I was given the awkward massages. Wasn't awkward for Christine.
The Ms. Molly
I was powdering her.
What?
It was, you had to be there. But
It's been a while since I've done ecstasy. I don't remember powder.
Well, Bingo on New Year's Eve, which to you, the listener, was yesterday. She has some kind of artists bondage show up here in town in Old Bisbee, and so she's gonna get
Tied up.
tied up. So they all decided, let's all get our pussies waxed in solidarity.
Pussies, come on. We went
Assholes.
asshole, pussy, at all. We did
full
it
Monty.
all.
Fortunately, I had those tremors that kept me in bed. So yeah, you guys all get your
I am
things
more
waxed.
of a girl right now than I have ever been in my life.
For a lesbian, you're a real girl now.
All right, that's all right with me.
I gotta ask, is that like a walk-up thing? Like you could just, like they're open for the day? It seems like that'd be a thing where you're planning. It's not like
Well,
a
Voodoo
impulse.
Hoodoo evidently gets this done. She had an inn.
I know a guy.
Yeah.
She took care of every fucking last
Well,
bit of
it's,
this. It was fabulous.
This was, a few days before New Year's Eve, where she said, yeah, that's where everyone gets their pussies waxed and assholes and all this stuff.
Sure, everybody knows that.
Maybe more of an artful description than pussies waxed.
That was on the flyer.
Not as artful as the bondage show she's going to do. It's very curious how, he's like a bondage artist. Yeah, really.
Aren't we all?
Yeah,
I just don't have business cards
to fucking tie you up and get you to wax your asshole. It's artistic.
You could be a
Jerk
shitty artist.
off and take pictures at the same time.
This is my
art.
I'm sure a lot of people will be walking out of that show going, it was very tasteful. I'm going to jerk off to real porn now. This is too tasteful for me.
Do you remember saying that when we were done waxing our assholes that we would have to show them up and you'd pick pictures and you'd pick who Mamu was?
Well, now she knows I said that.
No, sorry.
Probably the one with the fingerprints in the shot.
Chaille, take that part out.
Do not. You need to learn to stifle yourself.
Butthole lineup?
Yeah, butthole lineup. That's right, Chad.
I was in no condition to look at assholes that whole day. I read 100 pages of a book. That's how hungover I was. Couldn't even get up to get the remote. Oh, yeah, there's a book near me. I'll read.
You stayed extra day, too.
Yeah, we almost stayed another day because it fucking snowed down here, and I'm getting off track all over the place. But Jeff Beamish, who I would have woken up to, is gone. He's gone. If you don't know Jeff Beamish, fuck it. I'm not going to recap the story, but my old favorite stocky weatherman from KVOA in Tucson has left to the Bay Area, and I like to believe that I drove him out of town.
So our letter writing campaign worked.
What's this hashtag over in that area?
We'll find out. I'm not against getting my weather from another town. 68 and balmy.
I think I'll stay in again.
Add 12 degrees, and then it's about right.
So that was your first waxing
Yeah.
with a crowd. Y'all watched each other.
And we were sat in the seat right at the end of the bed thing, so we saw everything with each other. Everything. It was really fun. I had a blast.
You did call or text. Even Christine texted, "This is the best day. All my parts and bits are tingling." Yeah.
And do that with rubbing.
She had a bad experience. You want to chime in on this? All right.
Bingo knows.
Bingo knows. Yeah. She was telling them that she went to get waxed once. Christine is a woman of a certain size, and I say a certain size because scientists haven't even exactly figured out the region that she encumbers.
Pi r squared.
She's a fat girl. She makes no bones about it. Yeah.
We explained to
Vanessa.
Thank you. We explained to Vanessa, who was waxing us, who was fucking fabulous, what had happened to Mamu her first time she went in, and it was pretty tragic and sad.
No one wanted to fucking touch her.
It just made her feel horrible. It
Lord
was
of the
really
Flies.
sad.
She walked out?
Yeah, well, they wouldn't do it.
That's what I mean. Like, she had to turn around and go, well, I guess.
So
she's
anyway,
a strong bitch, but she's fucking tender.
We explained this to Vanessa, and Vanessa was like, "No problem, we can handle this." And me and Val were like, "We're here to help. We'll hold up a layer or two, whatever it takes. We are here to help." And she took it, and so she was like, "I won't need your help, but this is great. We'll do it."
Sorry. Chaille has an issue where he's
did I make him gag?
But before that, the night before, I was giving her a full body massage, powdering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that recommended before?
I think.
Are you guys saying that you gave the wax lady ecstasy? Is that what I'm reading between the lines here?
I felt like I gave her confidence to go in for pussy waxing.
Yeah, you might have, but
that's good.
Vanessa said it's going to be fine. She wouldn't need us. Everything would be okay. Memo comes in. She starts getting hers done. Everybody's laughing. And at one point...
with her. Just for the listeners.
No,
You're laughing with her.
Yeah,
She's
with all
laughing.
of us.
Yeah.
And at one point, she's like, I do need you guys. And we were in there like a motherfucker. And we got in and held things up. And
you just keep saying everything that makes it sound like you're setting everything on a T-ball stand, but we're not biting.
The choice of words is awesome if you're like
we were
8 years old
there.
giggling or 12 years old giggling.
Yeah, but we were that.
I meant us.
We were
That's the
giggling.
thing. I meant us.
They were baby SEAL Team 6.
That's right. But we did it. We did it.
Bingo
Everyone
accidentally got her shoulder waxed partly.
We're not going to be like this in the new year. We're making a lot of resolutions.
Getting it all out right now.
It was fabulous. We all walked away feeling great.
And you got your nails done and you
I got a pedicure, manicure, I got a tanning. Val took me to do everything that is girl related. Every single fucking thing. We did it.
You
got nothing.
You're
speechless.
No, I am editing.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yes.
Edit
she did
away.
everything that was girl related, like never mind.
Yeah, never mind.
It's a lesbian joke. A million of them. I'll just
Hey,
leave it
I didn't
alone.
say any of that didn't happen or it did happen. I didn't say nothing.
It's not my business. The
It's
point
not
is,
your business.
It was all in anticipation of
the bondage show.
The bondage show that you know absolutely nothing about.
Right. They don't know. They don't tell me a lot, but
it is at a pizza parlor.
It is at a pizza parlor. It is.
Are they going to be serving pizza during the bondage
yes,
show?
They are.
It's happy hour pizza bondage. And you're probably the only girl.
What?
And it's probably in a van behind the pizza place.
And they're going to let us take our pepperoni off and flick it at you if we pay extra.
Hey, give me an order of them balloon nuts. I mean, garlic nuts.
She brought her own cheese.
Oh, man.
It won't be string cheese. You got
Bingo.
clipped.
Not that you're I'm not saying you're an easy mark, but how did you get approached and sold into a pizza parlor bondage show at happy hour on New Year's Eve?
It's not a big deal. It was
Please tell
fun.
me.
Well, I was doing, because I do
This
Pilates.
is just between me and you,
shut up.
says Connie Chung.
I do
Dated
Pilates with Kristen all the time, and there's another woman who does Pilates with us at class, and she's the owner of the pizza place, and she came up to me and really wanted me to do it, and I was just in the mood. I was in the mood to put on some
What
ropes.
was her sales pitch? And I know it wasn't coffees for closers. You get a set of steak knives. What did she say to you? Hey, will you go get... Do they even have a stage, or do you have to do this?
I don't know where
oven?
it's going to be. In the oven.
I think they're serving slices, like you said, because there is no. It's an awkward kind of like the you walk in and then you immediately turn left and then you turn right to go down. It's an L shape, so I don't remember ever seeing a stage there, and then it's a weird thing where no matter where you sit, you're not going to be able to see the whole room.
Yeah. I don't know how they're going to do it.
Well, you don't need a stage if you're suspended from the ceiling, do you?
She doesn't ask a lot of questions. Maybe she will after this. Maybe that's her New Year's resolution.
There you go.
Ooh, read the fine print.
She asked me if I would do it, if I was shy, and I'm like, no, I don't really feel shy. And my buns were feeling taut because I just got out of Pilates, so I was ready to rock and roll. That's what happened.
And then, on one foggy Christmas Eve, you go, oh, I'm hairy like a goat down there. I need to have all this shorn.
I can't wait to see the sweater that emerged from that day then. It'd be nice.
She knits.
Chaille, did we already talk about the Christmas with the family and the...
That was in the podcast,
okay.
yeah.
I didn't know.
And that was very funny. It's rare that I get to actually listen to a podcast that I haven't already heard live. So I look forward to that. Thanks to, was it Jeff Nelson?
Thank you for remembering.
Yes. Jeff Nelson is the one who engineered that.
I forget that we were in an indoor pool with kids splashing around behind us.
I did get a Twitter comment when you're like, shut that kid up! And then you have to remember in your head, you're like, oh, this is just Doug yelling. It's like, no, he's in a public. I mean, he's in the pool at the Marriott at the airport on Christmas.
Oh, God, the flight home. I was saying earlier, if I had a nickel for every time someone said, you're talking really loud. The flight's home, then the bars after we get home at the hotels.
Jesus Christ,
really are talking loud.
Oh, that was coming home from Vegas. Remember?
Yeah.
We're like all of us were gonna like figure out who got to go to the one first class, and then we're like, Doug, you go. Like no one's like, no, we're fine here. Like your knees, Joby and Chad's knees are up to their chin, and they're like, we're fine here. We're okay. We're okay. Yeah, you were really loud because of the talker behind us.
So Bingo has. I told a lady at the Minneapolis airport at our connection. She had a candy shop, and I remember closing on Eat Shit and Die.
You were a fucking pig, man.
Were you pitching candy ideas?
No. You know how you go to the candy shop and you just fill up a bag and
Bulk.
they weigh it.
Bulk candy.
Well, now this place they don't weigh it. And the scoop doesn't even fit in this tiny-ass bag, and I only get a few muddy bears to get me through the second flight. And she goes, you might as well fill the whole thing up. It's $8 a bag, no matter how much candy you want. This is fucking bullshit. She, well, it's just, and she had no excuse, and I told her to eat shit and die, even though she probably doesn't.
And then who forgot their bag in the candy store while he's on the plane?
Yes,
he's on the fucking
a cop
plane.
was waiting for me. Fuck, I forgot about
Yeah,
this.
why don't you tell that story, you dickhead?
So what's a worse deal than $8 a bag? $8 no bag.
I'm on the jetway and they're announcing me, and I don't know if I can get off the jetway and get back on, if that's elite. And I had to run. I ran like Forrest fucking Gump. We'll get to you, Gump. But I ran like Forrest Gump because I'm a very awkward runner. But I ran down, and there's a fucking cop waiting for me because it's a bag that's not claimed. It's a 1950s floral satchel that
green, yellow, and
that booze bag?
turquoise. Yes. His booze bag.
Yeah. Henry.
Why did you leave it here? I go, because I was yelling at that lady and I felt really bad about it, so I left without my bag. So we get through the flights. I do remember saying, kill it with fire about the kids behind us. Someone had kids in first class. And again, I'm against that. They should fucking earn first class.
That's too much money.
I want your tax returns, like Trump. I want your tax returns before you're on fucking first class.
You should be, if you're in first class and you don't belong there, you should be old enough to be ashamed about it, like the rest of us, and just sit there quietly.
I had booze tremors that were the next day after that whole day, and then the night where like, all right, this is real bad. I gotta relax a bit.
Do you remember sitting down in the Sky Club and just saying, God damn all these fat women around here, and we're surrounded by fat women.
Where's
it was
Minneapolis?
horrific.
Shit.
It's Minneapolis.
I
was pretending to
They're
be
not
on the
from
phone.
Minneapolis.
I wasn't
Those
saying
other
it
girls.
to them.
I like that he explained it like that way. Like, it's okay. It's Minneapolis.
Why would you be from Minneapolis and in the Sky
You're
Club?
from Denver, you asshole.
You can talk shit about fat women in front of their face from Minneapolis. It's all right.
I actually, now I'm getting way off track, but I've been going out. I'll explain this on another podcast, but I've been going out, just driving back roads of Arizona to listen to all of my old CDs because I have a plan of re-recording some shit. And that's the only place I can fucking listen to myself is where no one else is listening because it's usually embarrassing. But on Oslo, I actually said that, which Oslo is a fucking terrible. That's the one that really needs to be redone the most, or at least the better pieces. But I was saying that Oslo, they could call Minneapolis New Oslo if they had a little more Jenny Craig and ethnic cleansing. So I'm saying there's context here. Yes, Minneapolis is like Wisconsin. They're aware that they're fat. They pride themselves in being fat. I wasn't telling women they were fat. I was on the phone just pretending to be on a call talking about how fat everyone in Minneapolis was. I wasn't pointing a poor lady out. Okay. I didn't Christine Levine, someone like an awful waxer.
That sounds better. I've seen you in the Sky Club before. I was just picturing the worst is all happened there.
Well, good thing Bingo remembers.
You got no sympathy from us. Chad and I were thinking the exact same thing.
It seemed funny at the time.
And this was a Kansas City to Minneapolis to Tucson.
Yeah.
So, and then your flight began at what you said, 5 a.m.
6 a.m. Kansas City time, 5 a.m. my time.
Yeah, 5 a.m. getting up and immediately drinking. The Sky Club open at that hour?
No.
First class
drinks, and then keep drinking, and then Sky Club in Minneapolis for a 3.5 hour layover, and then a 3.5 hour flight.
Whoa. They tell us in coach they can't serve liquor until like 10.
I don't think that's true. That's not true anywhere. No, in certain airport bars, but not once you're in the air. It's like Somali pirate rules.
Oh, that's right. That was Tracy when she had to pound a couple down. We had to sneak.
Maybe not if you're in
booze
the
into
class
the
that
airport.
is worst.
Yeah, we it's been so long since we've flown Coach Chaille. You'll have to catch us up on the details.
I can put it together in a brochure that you can read while you're waiting for your first round of drinks.
He doesn't even remember flying coach with us 2 weeks ago.
Well, halfway, remember? Because he got bumped up.
That is true.
Oh, that's right. That's when you sent me.
That's when
it wasn't Sky Club. It was first class.
Yes.
Where you go, who wants it? Hey, Chad, you're the biggest. Take first class. Nope. You go alone.
Then you got up there. We did talk about it because that's the guy next to you wouldn't shut up about his bi-coastal girlfriends and he showed pictures of their butt plugs.
Oh yeah.
Because you talked to the flight attendant in first class and talked him into coming back to me and said, Mr. Chaille, Mr. Stanhope says there's no room in first class. No, what did he say?
No,
he said there's room in first class, but you're not allowed.
There's plenty of seats up
there, but you're not allowed.
Bunch of assholes.
Yeah, we gave away. I bought a bunch because of Roxy from that podcast a couple ago. I bought more vintage Delta pins, and Bingo. Can I give it to him?
It's fun. It was Christmas.
Yeah.
What'd they get you?
They
Not a goddamn thing. But they made sure we had.
Oh no! They gave us a card that had our full names on them, and thank you very much, and this and that.
I do have the card Roxy gave you, Doug. The thank you card.
Right.
Oh, I'm keeping that.
Yeah.
It goes with the Delta Bar cocktail menu.
Until the next eBay sale.
I got a very vintage Delta Christmas. Val gave me the history of Delta Airlines, and then Chaille's and Trailey's gave us some vintage Delta pins. And I'm fucking way off course. The bondage thing, the end of the bondage thing, that'll be the next podcast because we don't know what's going to happen with you.
No, we don't.
But we're going to be there to witness and heckle.
God.
And 5 to 8 is perfect because that's my drinking New Year's Eve hours.
I just imagine fat jokes from me when I come up, heckling by you.
No, I wouldn't do that, honey.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Not so you could hear.
Right.
It's Bisbee. They hired you for a reason because they got other fat girls that are way fatter, and I can't say fat girls unless they're from Minneapolis. Right. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and then we have so much to get to that I'm just making up right now. Hey, let's kill that air, shall we, Chaille? This is still burning. This candle is still burning. Little tiny flames, but I could light a cigarette off of that. I could not flag down a ship if I stranded at sea with this, but I could light a cigarette
Depends
off it.
on starry night or not.
Starry, starry night.
It's a cloudy night, really dark. You might be able
Who
to.
sang it? Starry, starry night.
I don't know. Is that the song?
Yeah, same guy that did American Pie.
Don McLean?
Hits. Yeah, I lived in that fucking suicide bunker in Las Vegas with Otis.
Oh, the rat
the
hole.
the shaky junkie guy.
Yeah. What did he do?
Victoria said he's doing the cool jerk again. He hasn't got his junk. The booker for whatever local rock club.
Oh, that's right.
The place that we would play if we played in Vegas in those days. The booker was this like miserable, sad sack guy living in this junk wasteland fucking, and he had booked Don McLean at this bar wherever he worked. Don McLean refused to do Starry, Starry Night. Vincent, I could have told you, Vincent, this world was never meant for one as beautiful as you. He wouldn't do that or American Pie. The only two songs anyone knows. He's just doing the new shit, and he came back all depressed in that fucking broken toilet.
Because Don McLean yelled at him?
Because the fucking crowd was incensed.
But they've already paid. I mean, I understand. What you, it's like if Queen didn't play "We Will Rock You," it would be a riot.
And if they only had two songs that you knew, and they wouldn't play either one.
That and "We Are the Champions." We'll play one, but not both.
Fat Bottom Girls. But what about the other part? What is the other part for Fat Bottom Girls?
You make the rock and world go round.
I know, but there's
not the second part of the lyric.
But they have two songs. I was the other day when I heard "We Will Rock You" and "We Are the Champions."
Bicycle.
Bicycle.
I want to ride my bicycle.
I want to
stop.
Ride my.
That's it. We can't do any more than that.
That's right. Ask Dave Weasel. He told me that it's anyway. Let's get to Robinhood. My New Year's resolution was to spend less money and invest more, which I did. My accountant called me on fucking New Year's. Was it
New Year's Eve?
When my accountant calls me, I fucking panic. He's going to ask me questions. I don't know. We're going to do this thing. Well, I forget my point. Let's just get to the fucking ad copy.
Spend less. Invest more.
Yes. Invest more. He's talking to me about, well, you're going to put this in I don't fucking know, but I know I have stocks and Robinhood. Tell him about Robinhood.
Robinhood.com and Robinhood, the app. It's a great do-it-yourself, learn how to invest tool that you can actually learn as you go to build your own portfolio. And that's what I did. I did it like anyone else would. You go online and you set up an account and they'll give you a little bit of stock to start out with.
I'm an old man. I'm moribund, but I still feel like a child. So just saying, oh yeah, my portfolio, I can say that in an airport bar and act like I'm with Smart Fuck magazine reader next to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, in my portfolio, and then I look at my cheat sheet on my Robinhood app.
Well, there's a new thing that I just discovered, and I want to get together with you on this, is you can view collections of stocks. Like the 100 best stocks or entertainment stocks or social media. And you can drill down and you can group these things and see what's working and, just follow it. And then when you want to pull the trigger, Robinhood right there.
Yeah. Had a stockbroker because I thought it's funny. It's still funny. It's still fucking funny.
You keep them for the jokes.
Be a stockholder.
Yeah.
You could be a fucking Occupy Wall Street dreadlocked kid and still on your phone. You're like, all right, I'm going to trade this. And 4 taps on your phone. Boom.
Yep.
Yeah. You traded a stock with no commissions whatsoever.
Yep.
Cause you're not going to pay the man. Fuck the man. I'm going to get into Wall Street on my own. I'm not paying $10 a trade. Fuck that guy.
Kyle, I'll be right with you at the drum circle. I just want to tap, 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 tap. All right. Where are we going?
Like my fuckhead friends that do fantasy football. Oh, you're going to trade Brady for Mahomes? How's that going to help you when you're 60 with thyroid cancer? It's not. You learn this shit. Maybe you have some investment. You have a portfolio. And then all your 60-year-old friends are like, I knew you were fucking, yeah, you were the man the whole time, you narc. Yeah, but, guess what? I can afford health care and, treatments. because I learned through Robinhood.
With Robinhood's easy to understand charts and data, you can make trades in, like you said, 4 taps right from your phone with the Robinhood app.
Bam, 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 bam. See, I always have to pause before that 4th tap. It's like hitting send on a tweet. Do I really want this out there? Yes, I do.
And Doug, commissions are always free. Other brokerage firms charge up to $10 for every trade. Robinhood never charges commission fees. Trade stocks and keep all of your profits.
Robinhood is giving listeners of the Doug Stanhope podcast a free stock like Apple, Ford, or Sprint to help build your portfolio. Sign up at Stanhope. Listen to this. Stanhope.robinhood.com. That's Stanhope.robinhood.com. Robinhood. That's a great place to. They don't have a catchphrase, and we should make one up.
We submitted them, but I haven't heard back from them.
Well, you know what? At Doug Stanhope, tweet us your idea for a Robinhood catchphrase, and then do it at Robinhood, so Robinhood knows that we're promoting them and that you're listening to our promotion. So at Robinhood, when you, that's a smart idea. It's not worked out, but yeah, just tweet at Robinhood and don't make it negative, you fucking assholes. You guys are such assholes sometimes. Don't open your mouth if you don't know the shot.
I never know when you're going to stop ranting because we don't have a catchphrase.
I started when I didn't know I was starting. All right.
Anything else, Doug?
Well, yeah, Joby's not here. He's cloistered somewhere, if that's a real word. But yeah, make sure you get a couple weeks to get your death pool together for 2019. Doug Stanhope Celebrity Death Pool, or the acronym DSCDP.com. Get your shit together now, son. I failed miserably this year at Death Pool. And you know who died that none of us had, and we're huge fans, and Chad Shank sings them every night when he's drunk?
Oh,
Dr. Hook.
Dr. Hook.
And I can't remember. The guy with the eye patch from Dr. Hook.
His name isn't Dr. Hook. He was he ended up not even being like the main guy.
You know, but he's the one that everyone remembers. Yeah. On the cover of the Rolling Stone.
What's the other song?
Rolling Stone.
Sylvia's
mother said, Sylvia's packing. Greatest line in that. Pack your umbrella, 'cause Sylvia's starting to rain. Look it up, out of respect.
Dr. Hook singer Ray Sawyer, dead at 81.
Fantastic.
He looked 80 in the videos from that we look on
Jesus.
YouTube.
All right, this is off topic. We'll get back to the podcast, but we looked up, we saw it in, what was Scrooged I watched today. Scrooged
the Bill
with
Murray
Bill
one.
Murray.
Yeah.
And she's got a bit part as a homeless person, but it's the woman that played Mama from Throw Mama from the Train.
Oh, yeah.
She died right after making those 2 movies in 1988. Don't look her up. Don't.
Okay,
Trivia.
Hold on. Stop it. Okay.
You can look at a picture. You remember
I know
Mama
exactly
from
who it
Throw
is.
Mama from...
She was in Goonies, too.
How old was she when she died in 1988?
See, now you're saying this, so I'm going to guess 63.
59.
Oh my God, really? I went low, but I couldn't think 50s.
I asked Vuvuzuela over there, who was looking at the picture, and she said 83 or 81. It's fucking brutal.
She laughed all the way to the bank.
What was the word? Someone tweeted today, at me. Someone else retweeted at me. It was the word of the day. Was crambazzled?
Crambazzled?
Cram, I think with an M. Either way, crambazzled. It's someone who looks inordinately old because of the amount of alcohol they've drank.
How did we miss that one during the Tin Can Rehab?
I know. We have to start that again. Word of the day, actually.
That's Anne Ramsey's who you're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah. Goonies, Throw Mama from the Train, Scrooged, and Deadly Friend here. I never saw that one, though. I guess, I mean...
Is it crambazzled? She's looking at crambazzled with an M.
Crambazzled.
Crambazzled. I don't know why you thought of me.
Oh, they have nothing on Wordnik. Anyway.
All right. It's a Victorian era dialect.
Oh, that's good.
All right. Now we're going somewhere with this.
Back to the podcast.
All right. Wait, this is the podcast. Click. Did you hang up? No, I just said click. Student bodies. Let's get back to whatever the fuck is going on. We're back. Because I do have, it's boring, but I do have a New Year's res.
What's it? A res?
Resolution.
A resolution.
Yeah, I talk like the kids now. I shorten everything to Twitter length. I still work with 140 characters.
Resolution.
Resonizzle? Renizzle.
Aside from the ads, I want to, Netflix, which never works for me here. And again, it's probably the cable company, not Netflix. But had it in the hotel, Kansas City or somewhere. Yeah, Kansas City. They had Netflix. No more pay movies, but they had Netflix. That fucking works every time. It doesn't stop and say buffering, and then you can't be fucking located, and you're a dick, and this isn't your account.
Fuck you, we got your money. Oh.
But the vacuum cleaner salesman, I'm just trying to come up with new V words. She recommended The Innocent Man. It's John Grisham's only nonfiction he ever wrote, and they made it into a 6-part documentary that I have to watch again because I fell asleep to 2 of the 6 episodes, but I saw the end and I went into murder rage and like, how do these people fucking live never be prosecuted? The Innocent Man. And it's the reason, one of a million reasons that the Innocence Project is my go-to charity. So watch 6 episodes of The Innocent Man on Netflix if it works for you. Netflix, not the documentary. So yeah, I wanted to include that. I never get to the end of the Inman story as I kept getting confused. Was the sign on the side of the car. I can't tweet it. It says Inman's Mortuary and Barbecue Funeral Special $899. Includes casket, sides, and meat.
Like
with
two sides. Yeah.
But that's what I forget to bring up in front of Inman because he must get phone calls. At least 3 times I've seen people take pictures of that magnetic sign on the back, the side of the airport shuttle, we call it. So he has to be getting calls, and I can't tweet it because it's got his real phone number. No. But Bingo and I on the way home, I came up with, we're going to get the burner phone this week. And so if you send us weird magnetic signs, it has to be small town friendly. It can't say butt fucking kids like all of you guys on my Facebook fan group evidently write dumb shit trying to be edgy. So, yeah, rodent dentistry. That's not the best one, but that's one I wrote down. Like rodent dentistry, and we can get a picture of a smiling rat. Again, this is only funny in Bisbee. I'm not touring the country with this. It's just people who...
It's magnetic. We can take them off. Yeah.
Yeah, we get the Blue a Tranny auto repair, which was the first one.
Yeah, and because it's not a real business, we can put one on one side and one on the other.
So we're going to get the burner phone to put on all these signs. So come up with the idea now. Next podcast, I'll have a burner phone number you can put on the sign so we can record the weird calls we get. There were scurrilous rumors when I was drinking on that Kansas City to Minneapolis to Tucson to a hotel to another bar flight that Bingo Bingaman is joining Bird Cloud.
Oh boy.
Now I was in a blackout stage, so I'm going to have to make some calls and see if that's still in play, but maybe we have a party and you play with Bird Cloud, a few covers, and maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't.
Who's wearing the harmonica? That's all I wanted to know.
Whoever got waxed most recently.
I'm wearing the harmonica, motherfuckers. Mackenzie.
Gump is here with his old gal pal, maybe new gal pal. We don't know if romance is a brewing. Who can tell? But Gump is smiling like a fucking idiot. And the old school meaning of idiot.
Tracy said, well.
Well, idiot used to mean retarded. So I'm saying the old school. He's glowing like the Atlantoaxial instability.
Well,
she's smiling at him, smiling. I'm reading through it. All right, is that yeah? That's all I had to hit before we hit Chad Shank. You want to go with your solo hit or your UPS guy?
Whichever. I got my. I'll go with my solo hit.
Site-wide Death Pool. Site-wide solo hit means you're the only person on the entire website, not just in our group. Everybody on the website that plays Death Pool, you got one. It's the biggest point you can hit, right?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't hit any other bonus points besides that in it, but it was a solo. It was my first site-wide solo. That's a lot of people that play Death Pool all around the world. So site-wide solo, I'm always impressed when I see those, so I was happy to get one.
Is this your first one?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Nice. I was tied for first place in our little league, our Vulture
league.
Club that we call it, I guess.
I say league.
Yeah. And so now I pushed up ahead, and I don't think anybody's going to touch me for the rest of the season.
For the listeners who might play fantasy football, this would be like that. Henry is his last name. A few weeks ago, was this nobody on the Tennessee Titans that tied or broke the all-time single game rushing record in a game, and he was nobody known, and no one had him on his roster. And if you did, you're like, fuck you. So you get a fuck you hit.
Well, and here's the thing is I got it on a trade round in this last trade round on December 15th. Because I was scrolling through social media one time when I couldn't sleep or whatever. And
kill, sleep, whatever you were playing.
And I see somebody has shared a post of an old dude in the hospital and saying, hey, please pray for my friend. He's in bad shape. And the other person said, this is, hey, this guy was in a lot of big movies. He listed the movies he was in. And I was like, I wonder if he's in the database. So I flipped over and he was not in the database. So
but you can petition.
Well, and I looked and he had a nice Wikipedia page. He was a porn actor and,
a porn actor?
Yeah, it was a regular actor and then a porn actor. He was known as being like in a bunch of scary movies. Cannibal Holocaust is one I guess that everybody knows.
Yeah.
But he was also in Debbie Does Dallas.
Wow.
So I was like, well, that has a good chance of getting approved by the committee. So I submitted it with the Wikipedia page and it came back the next day. It's like, yeah, he's been approved. I'm like, all right. At the same time, Artie Lang had been tweeting out a lot about how he had been off heroin for 41 days already. And he only did cocaine one time, and I don't know how he did it. But but I was like, I believe Artie can make it the rest of this year. So I dropped Artie.
Dumped him.
And my death pool, and I picked up this guy, and I was the only one. Robert Kerman.
You said that
known as Arbola.
Oh, right here.
Arbola virus.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
But you said he was a regular actor and then a porn actor, which is the opposite of what porn people try to do.
I think it was porn and then regular. I'm not sure. I'd have to read his page again. I didn't. I just saw a picture of him in the hospital and knew he was short. So
that's brings up a point. We have to do porn and eggs again. This is an idea we did once that we stole from a bar in Madison, Wisconsin.
But we did tranny porn, didn't we?
Because it was Sunday morning they would do porn and eggs, where they'd show classic Debbie Does Dallas, Deep Throat, Behind the Green Door porn playing on the screen during Sunday brunch. And we always wanted to do it. It was a mainstay in Madison, but we were always too hungover after Saturday night to go to fucking brunch. So we did it here, and it was a lot of fun. And we had some vintage, almost like Flapper Girl silent movie porn. And after that ran 2-3 hours and people are still here, had Derek put in some tranny porn to see if anyone is even looking at the screen anymore.
Then it just turned into an empty room with two weird dudes standing here watching the TV.
No, the people that you
Chad
thought were
Derek.
the least weird. The people that you thought would leave are the ones that stayed fixated because they probably were born before porn. They're used to 8mm reel-to-reel porn. They're like, oh, you can just put this in your TV and it goes? But yeah, we should do that again.
I do want to. I just looked it up on Stanhope's Celebrity Death Pool. Chad, you're in Doug Stanhope's Vulture Club. You guys are 19 in the top 20, and you are going to win. There's no way. 285. The closest person to you is 206.
Yeah. Somebody'd have to get a big hit today or tomorrow.
Just a little update. Speaking of big
Yesterday
hits,
or the day
thanks for
before.
setting me up for a segue. Tell us the UPS guy story, because you were motivated to actually write, to create.
Well, it was like an exercise, like that I've gotten in like cognitive behavior, cognitive thinking class and stuff that you go through, and
that's why our numbers are slipping.
Where you write, you can write letters. Like when I was a kid, I read about Abraham Lincoln would do it when he had enemies that he was angry with politically. He would write all the shit that he would love to say to them down and then burn it, not ever fucking let anybody else see it, but it helped him, get it out there, feel good about it. And usually
cathartic, I believe.
Deleting text messages.
That's kind of what I use Twitter for. But I just, whatever I'm angry or feel about, I can just put it there. But I wrote a letter to the UPS. You want me to read it?
Yeah.
All right.
Was this right after it happened?
Yeah. I was trying. I knew that what I was angry about was completely stupid, and that I would look like an asshole. Like if I picked up the phone and called and was like, "God damn it," they would be like, "Whoa, this is a crazy guy on the phone."
When you sent me the email, I had the money in my pocket waiting for my UPS man who goes over and above to take care of us, make sure our packages are not in the rain, and I couldn't catch him to give him a Christmas tip. So you sent me this, and I'm like, wow, what a dichotomy. I'm chasing a UPS truck to give them money while you're trying to murder them.
When I first became angry that the neighbor became friends with the UPS delivery driver, which is, I'll give it away. That's what I was irrationally angry about. You were one of the first things that I thought about when I started thinking rationally about it. I was like, Stanhope is fucking probably great friends with the UPS driver. But I was, some things, I get used to living in solitude is my thing. And I'll try to justify it as much as I can right now, but that's
serious
I'll
solitude
say.
Where you are.
I live in,
people think of Bisbee and think it must be, if they've never been here, out of the way. You're fucking out of the way.
Well, he explains that in the letter. Why don't you read that? Because I have a point to where I was disagreeing with you, and then all of a sudden it kicked in. I'm like, I'm with you.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So go ahead.
Don't encourage me. Shit, to be crazy. That's not healthy for anybody. Dear UPS, I live on a dead-end dirt road. One of the reasons I moved here is because I don't like people. A few months back, a new neighbor moved in across the street, and she receives quite a bit of packages. This alone is not a problem, but she seems to have made friends with the driver, who now honks several times in an upbeat, jolly manner when he delivers her items. He then has to turn around at the end of the road, and again he repeats the jaunty little honks to say goodbye. Aside from the handful of residents, this is literally the only traffic on this road, and the repeated, unnecessary honking causes my dogs to lose their fucking minds, and it aggravates the fuck out of me because I am a miserable, unhappy human being. Please fix this shit, or I will. Thank you. That So that was my irrational letter to the UPS about a friendly driver during the holidays.
I'll tell you where it flipped on me, because I was like, come on, man. He's just a little doot. I get it. You know, they might want to come out.
Oh, it's at least 7.
What if it's steaks in the mail or shrimp or something?
Schwann's man does the same thing when he pulls
or a
up.
former
but the
sponsor.
UPS man, I can even forgive it. See, now I'm getting angry about it again, you guys.
It flipped for me, Chad. When he turned around and came back in, again, that's egregious.
That's unnecessary.
Forget it right there.
And it's
right
not
there,
it's like 7 or 8 fucking honks.
So he fashions La Cucaracha on a fucking one-tone horn?
Yes, it's bad. I'm telling you, I get mad about a lot of shit, but that's one of them. So, but you're right. It's the unnecessary part, because I could forgive the part of letting know she has a fence and a lot of dogs. He can't go in there. I get it.
Perfect excuse.
Honk the horn to let her know he's there. They do it for me if I'm not out there sometimes, and I don't even want them to if I get a package. But
this is why it's important for you on Twitter to tweet at HDFatty and let him know that for him to write letters like this is beneficial to, what do you call it? Yeah, but he just said
I said cathartic. He said he had a bigger word.
No, it's stuff that VAs have, cognitive behavior therapy, but,
CBT. So this is a good behavior for you to write these things out and put them on the podcast rather than kill the people that bring us Amazon.
I am definitely gonna try to do that, because I do. By the end of it, I was already making fun of myself about being a horrible, I get it.
But you saw where you can turn that into a positive, like I've done with stand-up comedy.
La cucaracha.
My poor dogs. I don't know what the fuck to do.
We have, because it's the holidays, I have a shitload of thank yous. We all do. And then we'll do our New Year's resolutions. If you have one, mine's boring, but Bird Snatch, not to be confused with Bird Cloud, but bingo, if Bird Cloud doesn't take her, maybe we put her to Bird Snatch. Well, this is awkward, because a lot of things get re-gifted around here, and since it's the holidays, somebody got the big dick Jesus on the cross. Do you want to show that off, nice lady whose name we don't mention? Gump's new squeeze. Yeah.
They sent a bunch of stuff.
Bring it up close so Chad can see it. It's Jesus on the cross, but with a huge Chad Shank dick.
I don't need it that much closer. That's good.
And he sent us dishes that say, "Where the fuck are my glasses?" or "I'm just trying to get my shit together." And some really weird pendants that I re-gifted to our ladies, the Mrs. Trailey and the Mrs. Dingo. They say ugly things. I wanted one of those, by the way, but I gave them away.
Are they're ashtrays? Is that what they are? Or they? I guess you could put a biscuit on there or something.
Soap tray.
Soap tray. Kind of an odd shape for a soap
Adam
tray.
Kokesh and his gal Macy showed up while Bingo and I were in Kansas City with like 85 cases of beer. Like we were going to have a hoedown. Hey, we drove a long way to be here. Well, I'm not there, so they dropped it off with the Trailies.
Well, they came up to our house, which I'm like, how did you find us? Well,
I give my
our house
is
is
Trailies,
crazily painted. Although on our street, it is getting a little crowded with crazy paint.
Yep.
Yeah.
So anyone could have got that beer. Back to our mic, Jen. Fucking Becca.
Yes, thank you for the. Oh, and I forgot. I hit it back there. A bottle of Jack Daniels too, Doug.
Oh, cool.
Right.
So 2 cases of beer, a 6-pack of Dos Equis.
It was also loaded
Yeah.
with a bunch of. I assume they're the same person. Adam Kokesh, he's got a book called Freedom Book. And it's libertarian shit, which I am having to distance myself from libertarianism because so many Trump people are leaning that way. And I realize that's why I stopped running for president. I don't really get what the fuck I'm talking about. There's libertarian points of view I agree with, but what the party is. So he's got a book read it, make up your own mind. Your letter was illegible. He wrote me a whole letter, and I can't read half these words. But your gal Macy wrote like a third grader cursive girl writes. And she's trying to invite me. I've been invited before to Anarch Awakening in Acapulco. It's a very pro hallucinogen, anarchist, libertarian thing. But it's in Acapulco, Mexico, where I just watched a documentary on HBO Real Sports about how Acapulco's a fucking ghost town because the fucking gangs shut every business down because no one can afford to pay the VIG for protection. I'm not going to fucking Mexico ever. Not in a Trump presidency. Not as an American that's fucking balding anyway and looks like a skinhead trying to fucking grow his way out of it.
It's David Tell's. It's David Tell's bit.
Yeah,
it's safe as long as you stay in the American sector. I can't do David Tell, but you know.
As long as you stay in the American sector.
Sure.
Whatever it is. I don't even know the bit.
Are you sure
filling
you're
blanks.
not mispronouncing that? It's a narc.
I was going to say the same thing. This is a big sting operation.
It's a big sting operation for dummies. They're gonna come to a narc festival.
I feel bad.
Sorry. I just realized my faux pas there, Chadley.
We should give him an out. All right. If one guy has one brain cell, he'll figure out it says a narc. Everyone else will
How would you pronounce that otherwise? Anarchy. Anarch Awaken. Okay.
Yeah. No, I got it.
This is why you read half my books and then fix the other half.
I got you.
All right. Audible sent us a cooler bag with
They sent us Christmas gifts.
Yeah, freezing wine glasses and shit that Tracy immediately scammed because she's the wino. I might be switching to wine for a while. After the fucking Booze Shake episode, I might have to go to the drink I drink when I'm not drinking tonight, which is red wine. I bought some today. Kyle Pogue sent a card, and I don't usually mention greeting cards, but he's Kyle Pogue, and we like him. Tom something, couldn't read his last name. He sent me. They're on the trash cans now. The United States of fucking crybabies or something. It's good art. It's
Those are new trash cans, so we do need more stickers.
Swear word. I don't know where this came from. Bingo, I assumed opened it. Swear word coloring book. No name, but it's colormom.com. They do adult coloring books. Someone who knows that I hate the UK, he's from there, sent me The Evil Empire, 101 Ways England Ruined the World. That's from Squeaky Tiki. I know they sent some shit I liked before, or maybe I just like the name Squeaky Tiki, but I remember them. Different Drummers was a compendium of artists living in Thailand. They have a nice tight-knit community of expat artists. And I met him when I played Bangkok on that fateful night that I risked going to fucking prison for the rest of my life. Kevin Cummings, thank you. It said by Kevin Cummings, and then it said poetry by so-and-so. And then I go, this is going right into thrift store because poetry is awful. But then I went, oh, he sent a note. I met you at that gig. So then I thumbed through the book and I saw the Doug Stanhope chapter. So I skipped to chapter 28, skipped the rest of the book. But yeah, he couldn't tell my story about being there. He alludes to, I can't tell you why he might have missed this gig.
That was nice.
And I'm not going to say it again either, because if I'm coming back on the road, which is completely possible as my bank account dwindles.
Get ready, Thailand.
Yeah, I'll have that story for myself, but he did write a nice story about me, and thank you. I liked meeting you too. Thank you to everyone who bought stolen Bibles. We sold out every time we found more. They'd sell out overnight. Thanks for that. It made the Trailey's Christmas better. Shank's Christmas better, and made me proud.
Yep.
Let me jump in here because it fits
you
with
have
that.
thank yous.
Cameron from Great Britain bought 10 Bibles, which it's not easy to send something that weighs that much, right?
Yeah.
And but I do have to say, Cameron, your brother ordered first, so Nathan, good job, Cameron. You're fucking riding the coattails. I do want to say, Studio Mariposa, we went to their Christmas party over in Naco. If you would like to help out, it's end of the year. If you want to donate online at studiomariposa.org. And that's Gretchen Bear and everyone over there. And we had a fucking blast. We're going to have a merch special. Doug got some, I think those were artists, they were artist copies of your book in paperback, which is now available. We're going to do those, a book and a podcast t-shirt for one low price. Check it out at DougStanhope.store.com. Wait, that's fucking wrong. DougStanhope.com/store. Also, YouTube episodes, working on it with Easily the Worst.
Everyone who says, hey, where's the YouTube
We'll
versions?
get it going.
Well, just put out your own until we get it done.
It has to go up there in a certain way, and it's stuff that you don't have to deal with. But Easily the Worst is kind of he's working into it. He's got some custom software.
He sent us some weird thing that's...
We already talked about it. The luge.
We talked about it on a podcast?
Yeah. Yes, we did.
Yeah, that was cool.
And we've got the new store is being built next door in January, and I'm looking for a solar off-grid kit. If anyone is interested in sponsorship on the podcast, or you got a good idea on how you can help me out, I'm looking for a 400-watt system. StanhopePodcast@gmail.com. Chad, to you.
I got Christmas gifts is what I walked into when I came into the FunHouse tonight. So it looks like Ian Russell brought me a Bible and $100 cash, which is very much appreciated. That's
nothing makes Chad happier than cash.
Telling you what, much appreciated.
And he helped us out because we were short 3 Bibles. Swear to God.
Nice.
And he had 3 Bibles plus this Bible for you, which I know you're probably just going to give us. So.
Yeah. And then I got a card that says Chad motherfucking Shank, which is I like being.
That's your real middle name, though.
Yeah, I like that.
He didn't know your mother. That's your real middle name.
Makes me feel good. That one has a $100 bill in it, so I just got $200 for Christmas.
Overserve him, Tracy. Let's fleece his pocket.
Where's my blackjack?
And there's a letter in that one, and it says, Chad, I'm not able to subscribe to your Twitch feed, so I'm prepaying for another year of Monday motivation and barely contained homicidal rage. Turns out the charity I would normally send this to is a piece of shit, so this is a karmic balance that has been restored. Merry Christmas to you, Jenny, and however many kids you have scattered around. Here's to a kick-ass 2019. Cheers, Will T. Thank you very much, Will T. And there's a sticker in there, Connecticut Brewing, and you just said you needed stickers.
Oh shit! Oh yeah, good that guy.
Great.
Yeah,
so,
no, he sent me Connecticut or
Connecticut
Brewing.
Oh, did I just skim over it?
No, I thought the same thing.
Conanicut Brewing.
His first name must be Conan. Conanicut.
Yeah.
So thank you very much.
When Chad, when you were coming over to do this podcast last minute, which I appreciate, Gump said, when does Chad get here? And I said, well, he's supposed to be here at 5. It's 5:04. So now that you're with your gal pal visitor for the holidays, you should dress him down about him being unprofessional. Tell Chad, when we say 5, we mean 5. So he could look good in front of the girl. He goes, I don't think I'm the guy for the job.
See,
so if he does throw you like a wrestling move out the door at some point, you take the dive.
I'm way ahead of you. Way ahead of you. I always figure Chaille tells me what time to be here and what time we're recording, which means the recording time is the important part. So if I'm having trouble breathing or throwing up because I don't want to leave the house, it's all right, and I can be slightly behind from the arrival time because I'll drink fast enough to be ready for recording time.
Well, maybe that's your New Year's resolution.
To be fair, for that hour that we sit here, we don't talk to each other. We just stare and remember, I was going to say that and write it down quickly.
No, or we do talk to each other and you go, no, that's podcast shit. We can't recreate it.
Save it for the podcast.
Yep.
My New Year's resolution is to spend less money until I start working again, at least.
Yeah.
And by saying I spend less money, it's also putting the hammer down on Bingo's foot, where these giant Amazon packages come in for one pizza bar fucking bondage show.
That's Bob with disability money, you faggot. That's not your money.
And that's how the country works. Your
bondage
disability money is going.
Bondage equipment is a write-off for disability money.
It's medical. That's a medical device. Sir, that's a medical device.
It's that's like right. 4-point restraints.
Smell it. Smell it. That's a medical device.
Says here you need to be in traction for a short time.
With some lacy panties.
De-hoarding. I've done a good job of de-hoarding, kind of, except for that addition on the house. That's house hoarding, I guess. But no, it'll work out because we're going to need a lot of space for all these fucking stupid Bibles we have to sell.
I forgot it was going to go up high. They end up doing something. I'm like, oh yeah, because it's been a while since I looked at the plans, but it's coming along.
Anyone else have a New Year's resolution? No,
I always have
switch to DHL for chat.
I'm going to try to be an actual person and do things that a person would do on a regular basis for more than 3 days. 3 days is pretty much my record, so I'm going to try.
You're going to use a knife and a fork for eating this time.
I've got medication that I got weeks ago, maybe months ago now. I don't even remember. That I've started taking 3 different times, and I've never made it past 3 days taking this medication. So I'm going to try to take my medication. Jenny's tired of me being fat, and despite my recent windfall, I need tires on my Jeep really bad, so that helps. So I'm still gonna be a poor motherfucker. So Jenny's got to put me on a broth diet. She says for. After the new year, I can only eat broth.
Hello, hypertension.
Yeah. I think she's trying to kill me.
Yeah.
I do have I'm for it. I have
she is a tie.
A few weeks ago, I had a electricity blowout. Jenny plugged in too many space heaters into one circuit, which I told her not to do, but she did it anyway. Trying to kill me, I think, because then it blew out a whole panel. And so I have to go out there with a multimeter and try to fix it, narrow down where it is. Well, I ended up shocking the fuck out of myself 3 times because I'm not an electrician, I guess.
Or you don't know how to use a multimeter.
I do. I do. I did good on that part. It was the forgetting. It's probably the weed part.
Which part did you touch your tongue to?
We're being honest. It was probably the weed part that fucked me over because I would think that I had already I turned it off and on so many times testing it that I'm like, oh, it's off. And then I'd just be cranking on it with a screwdriver and then... so now, almost every day, I have this flutter going across my heart that feels like I'm being electrocuted all over again. So I'm really, if link it back around, it's a death pool tip, I guess, for people.
We're all in the database.
I'm hoping this might go out, I'm hoping this might be it. I've promised not to kill myself, but yeah, Jenny wants me to dig holes while I'm having heart.
That's a hell of a way to go. Electrocution. It seems like
nobody dies of heart attacks anymore. Someone died of a heart attack. I thought I was having a heart attack the other morning, and I go, that would be cool because nobody does that anymore. No one has heart attacks. It's very rare. We play Death Pool.
I might hit it. I might hit one.
Oh, you mean that are okay.
No one dies of heart attacks. No one famous does. I guess because they have money. They get it checked out. They go to doctors.
Nobody cares about fat people is probably what it boils down to.
Well, when you say nobody, according to the CDC, every 40 seconds someone has a heart attack.
Yeah, but those are fat people. Those are fat people, though.
They're not database.
Oh, not database.
You believe everything you read.
You're right, because at some point when we were catching on to who dies when and at what age, I realized there's no fat actors anymore. John Goodman had lost all the weight. Everyone was losing all sorts of weight. I got Ralphie May at the cusp of fat is not filmable anymore. So, yeah, those fat people, they die, but you don't see them in the trades.
Before the Fat 2 movement.
Bingo has a New Year's resolution.
Well, speaking of on a regular basis, I'm getting this butthole of mine waxed on a regular basis. It's that fucking good.
I think you have to now, don't you?
Well, you're going to have to learn how to do it yourself with disability money. 'Cause I ain't paying for all your dumb fucking projects.
I wonder if it's like shaving your chest as a gentleman. Does it itch after 3 days, 4 days?
Oh, I did get full body shaved.
Oh, yeah, you did.
The other night. So that'll
all the girls.
But that'll grow back. I don't ever take off my clothes between November and March. I just wear long johns. I'll once, maybe a week at best, shower. So I won't even notice it growing back. But yeah, I did get shaved.
Val and Mamu got you good. They did a really good job. I'll clean up.
Wait, what happened?
The night before the waxing.
The powder party.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a proven fact, just so you know, that every time that you get your butthole waxed, it tears off the top layer of your butthole. You can look at it on the wax; you'll see a perfect butthole. Right, I thought you were gonna.
I don't give a flying
over
fuck.
time,
I'm in.
Your butthole will just become one big callus. You know, like
a thumbprint.
Yeah, like what happens on the bottom of your foot. It's just all tough.
I thought you were.
You can scrape it with a knife, and you get that Parmesan cheese stuff that falls off of it.
I thought you were going to tell Bingo that every time that she gets her butt waxed, an angel dies.
My butt cheeks right now sound like I'm blowing up and making a giraffe balloon. Magic balloons. That's what my asshole sounds like right now. It's fucking thrilling.
Oh, shit. That's brilliant.
Bingo's gonna smile again. Let's close on that. Bingo,
absolutely.
Try to smile for the rest. Don't buy stuff on Amazon. Just keep trying to smile and be happy for the rest of this year. I'll try to spend less money, which will make you not want to smile.
I'm fine with it.
Chaille, did you have a New Year's resolution?
Well, I was trying to think of one, but no.
Chaille's perfect.
You got time.
He's very content with himself.
I'm very content, but I miss my brother a lot. I haven't seen him a lot, and this is the first holiday that we haven't really. He bought another place, and he's moving Ghost Ride from Washington to Boise. They just bought a place, so they've been really busy. I haven't talked to him all Christmas, and it's the first time I haven't talked to family.
That's something that's not in my notes. What? All those times, I should put this in my notes, is all those times I try to do that dumb Sklar brother twins bit. I could have been doing the bit about you and your brother, that you're redundant. One of you is plenty.
It is kind of funny because I remember when you were doing the bit and you're like, I don't really know twins, but there's these Sklar brothers. I'm like, I'm with you like 27 hours a day.
Yeah.
And you know I have a twin, and yet you use the Sklar brothers who... Your fans know more about me than the Sklar brothers, to be honest.
Knows that they are twins.
That's my other New Year's resolution is I'm going to try to be more thoughtful of Chaille's feelings.
Oh! There goes the podcast. Well, I guess I can get a job at Mod Pizza. They're opening in Sierra Vista.
Oh, no, there's a pizza place that's doubling as a bondage shop. Oh. Can you tie a slip knot? Do you have your Boy Scout merit badge and knot tie? Because, yeah, you could work the pizza shop, shuffle out one job. You shuffle out some fucking chicken barbecue pizza. You apologize to the bar staff for being appropriate with your comments about the ladies, and then you tie a girl in fucking knots and hang her from the ceiling. One job, Chaille.
I just realized why they made all the girls get waxed. No one could say, there's a hair in my food.
Surprise, it's because they're going to have the fire swallowing guy from the pizza place we were at in Vegas. And they don't want to accidentally burn off anybody's hair.
The crowd that goes to that pizza place would actually go, why is there not hair on this? Why are you submitting to a man's fucking desires?
What kind of bondage show is this?
Waiter, there's not a hair in my suit.
Waiter, there's not a hole in the bottom of my chair. What kind of bondage place is this?
That's a podcast as far as you're concerned.
Oh.
Happy New Year. Tweet me at Doug Stanhope, at Ggreg Chaille, Chaille, at Bingo Bingaman, who doesn't ever check her tweets, but she will. She'll start to. That's her New Year's resolution.
Busted out the best tweet of you.
Why don't you fucking plug your book one goddamn time?
All right.
Yes.
I wrote a book.
BingoBingaman.com, at HD Fatty, and I think everyone else in here would prefer to remain anonymous.
And then more importantly, go over to my Twitch at HD_fatty and give me your free subscription that you have just by being an Amazon Prime member. It's real easy. There's instructions
And watch
there.
you fail miserably. We even join in. I have so much fun joining in on your Twitch feed when you're fucking sucking at video games and going apoplectic. So yeah, join us in the new year. Say it again, the Twitch.
HD_fatty.
No, it's twitch.tv/HD_fatty.
There you go. Yeah, twitch.tv.
Yep.
_.
Simple. It's fun. I was on it last night. I was just hanging on it last night.
It's so much fun.
You can find it. Go to my Twitter. I tweet about it all the fucking time.
There you go.
All right.
Hey, thank you guys. We'll have a great new year. I'm sure of it. Nothing could possibly go wrong.
The cucaracha. Let's cocktails.
Do it again.